Hi, this is Brian King. First thing, to all my Christian friends, I want to wish you a very happy Easter. If you happen to be watching me live on Facebook, please comment #live. If you're watching the replay, please type #replay. I started the day by reviewing my newsfeed, one of the many things I do to kind of see where my friends are at and then to see how I can support them. And one fellow autism parent posted that she is experiencing some frustration with Autism Awareness Month, which starts today, because she doesn't see things getting any better for her child. And I honestly have to concur. I'm raising 3 boys with autism and ADHD, and I've worked for the past decade plus with families that have autism and ADHD. And honestly, I see a decrease in quality. I mean, there are success stories, don't get me wrong, but it's by no means generalized to the whole population. And yet there's this big awareness push all the time, awareness. And I haven't really been a fan of this approach because to me, it's the equivalent of talking to somebody who has no interest in what you have to say. Now, the ultimate measure of any effort in our life needs to be the results that we're getting. Is what we're doing working? And that speaks to any action you take. Now, Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Awareness isn't enough. Talking about it isn't enough. Passing out flyers, sending out emails isn't enough if nothing changes. What's really important is we need to get to the root of the issue. And we need to look at our culture. Our culture is very divisive, very competitive, very individualistic, this is not my problem. This is none of my business. We lost our attitude of tribesmanship, of believing that we are a community and a family a century ago. And that's the problem. We don't really care about each other the way we once did. We don't have the kind of compassion, that tendency to want to reach out and help people. Yes, there are folks out there that do this, but it's more of an individual value. It's not really a cultural value. And dare I say, there are some religions that espouse this value, but only a few members of those religions really embrace it. And that can be said of any faith. It's not one in particular, because it's a human frailty, perfection to default to selfishness, especially when somebody's insecure, when their needs are not met, whatever the reasons are. But the essential problem is that we don't see each other as essentially quality human beings. We tend to see each other through a lens of comparison, judgment, anything that divides us. And that's the problem that we need to solve. It isn't necessarily a matter of accepting differences, accepting the skin color. That's on the surface. That's the surface issue. The deep reason is that we don't love each other as fellow human beings. We don't see each other as family. We see each other as an other. And that's what we need to conquer. We need to focus on compassion, camaraderie, cooperation. When we can establish that, once again, I think there's a chance of autism acceptance, as well as acceptance of different religions, creeds, races, whatever it is. Because the more you accept another person and see a fellow human being, the more those comparison labels disappear. And you don't see color, you don't see creed, you don't see disability, you don't see neurodiversity, you see humanity. You see somebody else who's suffering just like you. Maybe their suffering has a different flavor to it, whatever the reason it is, but you see suffering, and through compassion, you have a desire to do something to relieve that suffering. That's personally what I'm after. Am I perfect? Of course not. I'm human. But that's what I endeavor. I endeavor to be able to be compassionate more often than not. Not perfect. I have yet to meet the person who is perfect, because we are by design imperfect, and that's part of the beauty, because we always have room to learn and grow. You agree? So that's my 2 cents on this Easter. If you have any comments or disagreements, feel free to post them. I'd love to have a conversation with you. If you'd like to join my group here on Facebook, which is Resilience Hackers, let me know. You can also subscribe to receive these videos and some of my additional thoughts in your inbox every day so you don't miss them. If that interests you, send me your email in Messenger, and I'll make sure that you're added to the list. And please share this with somebody you think can benefit from it. In the meantime, this has been Brian. Life is good.